Hey everyone, welcome to the Better Breathing Coach. My name is Janice. I'm your coach. I'm here to help you breathe well. I want you to breathe well. I want your body to relax. I want you to have the energy back to do the things that you love. That is why we are here. So I am grateful that you are here. Take a moment, if you don't mind, hit like, hit subscribe so that you get all of these really good, really juicy videos. And then pull up a chair and let's settle in, because today we are going to talk about coughing and mucus clearance, and we're going to talk about one specific thing. There's a lot of things we could talk about. We're going to talk about one specific thing when it comes to having a good cough and clearing out our mucus. So let's go. We're going to just dive right in. No fancy video transitions. We're doing it. I want you to take a moment and I want you to notice your posture. Posture is a big deal, okay? Because it impacts our lung capacity. So I want you to notice if you're maybe rounded over, maybe your shoulders are hunched down. It is very hard to take a nice full breath. The way the lungs work is they are meant to be aerated. They are meant to have the breath go through the whole lung and then come back out. And when we do that, we get this nice flow. It cleans out anything that's not meant to be there. When we tend to hunch over, and this is just a natural product of life sometimes, if we're not being cognizant of our posture, we tend to do this. When we do that, we compress our lungs. So it's very hard to get air in the parts that we've compressed, which right now is the bottom of my lung and a little bit at the top as well. I'm kind of hunched in here. So the first step to this that I want you to try is, if your posture is like this, I want you to take your heart and just lift it up. That in and of itself might make you cough, because you have just opened up more lung capacity. You've just opened up more space. And so when air goes in, it's got to come out, and if there is stuff to come out, it's going to make you cough. That's just the way your body works, and that's a wonderful thing because we want it to work like that. The next thing that you are going to do once we take our heart from here and lift it up is we're going to pull our shoulder blades together behind us. And it's going to give us this stretch through the front of our chest. Pull your shoulders down, take that breath in, and again, it might make you cough. That's a good thing. It means you're aerating parts of your lung that haven't been getting that much air. So that's amazing. Very simple fix. Now, the question I get is, well, how often do I do this? And my answer is this. I want you to do it as often as it feels good. I have seen patients and clients who cough to try and cough. So they cough frequently, they're not moving anything. And if you're coughing and you're not moving something, right, you feel like there's something to come out, but it's not coming, you need to do something different, okay? Your body is doing its best. Maybe you need to stretch it out. Maybe you need to open up your chest. Who knows? But 100% of the time, if I take somebody's shoulder and I pull it back and I push their heart forward, you'll notice I'm naturally doing this, they cough. And they cough automatically. It's not forced. It's just a good, healthy, hearty cough, because I've set them up for success. So what I don't want to see is people going, I can't get it out, I can't get it out, and just continuing to cough, because you're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to get tired. If it's not working for you, change it. Try something else. Pull the shoulders down, lift the heart, open the chest, and see if that helps. Okay, so that is step one. Just some subtle little changes to help you have a good cough, and be smart about it. If you're not bringing anything up, don't force yourself to cough. Right? I've seen healthcare workers go, you have to cough, you have to cough. If it's not effective, I don't want you spending the energy, okay? If you're gonna cough, I want it to count. I want it to feel good, and I want it to clear stuff out, okay? And I know you can do it. So that is the first thing. The second thing is I wanna give you some supports, because like I said, your posture matters. And part of the reason that we tend to do this is we just get deflated. And that actually shows up in our lungs. I'm actually compressing and deflating my lungs. So we get stressed and life gets heavy and we start to hunch, okay? Now, some people are going to tell you that's just a product of aging, and I want you to take that and I want you to ball it up nice and tight and I want you to throw it out. Because the body is really good at doing what we ask it to. Okay? So I've heard so many things, oh, aging's terrible, it gets worse and it gets worse, it gets worse. That's fine, but that is a story. That is a story that you can choose to take on or not. It might be true. You might be like, look at all this evidence. Clearly it sucks. But your body is very good at doing what you ask it to. So if you just do this and you don't try and correct it, your body's going to get really good at doing this, which means when I ask you to do this and this, it's going to feel weird because you haven't asked your body to do that in quite some time. So think about this. You can have the story that aging sucks, things get worse as you age, but only if it's serving you. If you're like, getting worse is awesome, I love it, awesome, keep it. But if you're like, getting worse sucks and I don't like it, we need a new story. That one's not serving us. So, easier said than done, I understand, but little by little we carve out the space to feel better, to find some improvement. So, for the next step, I'm laughing because there's a kitten off screen who's just being a goofball. The easiest way to come up tall and have good posture is actually by pushing down. So if I push my bum down into the chair, if I actually like find those bones in my bum, the ones that connect to the chair, and I push them down, do you notice I come up? I'm not lifting, I'm actually pushing down. And then I come up nice and tall. Now, this is okay for a little bit. I have no support going on here, so it's really just me pushing down. But, and I know we've all had this moment because it's a very human moment. Do you know the moment where you go to put on your pants and they're just a bit tighter than they used to be? Somehow they have shrunk. It was obviously the dryer. But you put on your pants and you're like, whoop, that's a bit snug. And so to get them done up, you do this little suck in with your belly and you zip up. I want you to do that suck in and zip up with your belly. I don't want you to like clench, but I want you to suck in a little bit and hold it up and then relax your shoulders. So now, rather than pushing down, my core is holding up my torso, okay? Hopefully you can feel that. And then you can soften in the bum, you can soften the hips a little bit, and notice if you relax your shoulders, you kind of stay there. And hopefully it doesn't feel like you're trying too hard. That's what we want. We want to get to this place where it's effortless. The first few times, it's gonna feel like you're trying because you have to be mindful and you have to be cognizant. But what we're going for, and it's great if you can use a mirror, is we would like our head over top of our heart, over top of our hips, over our pelvis, okay? So, when we draw in and up with the navel, it lets us stack our heart over the pelvis because we have this engagement. Now, here's the thing. If this is okay with you, go with it. If not, just throw it out for now. We'll come back to it. I want you to diaphragmatically breathe. So, if you're sucking in and you're not letting your lower ribs expand, I want you to try and let the lower ribs expand. You have to find your own balance. And you will, I promise you, if you show up and you try this every day for a week, you're gonna find a balance where you can hold and still expand. Okay, because I want your diaphragm moving. It's going to help you cough. It's going to help clear that mucus. There's a reason. It's going to help aerate, and then we can use our diaphragm to push it out. Okay, so navel draws in and up, but we stay a little bit soft so that we can expand the belly still. And again, if you have not done this in 5, 10, 15, 30 years, it is going to take a little bit of coordination and awareness to wake up the muscles and go, I'm holding here, but I'm soft here. Okay? Give yourself some grace and some compassion. As you're learning to do this, it will take a little bit to get that synchronicity down, but when you do, you are gonna feel like you are flying. You are gonna be like, oh, I can breathe. And then you're just gonna have a really good cough. It's going to be amazing. So, navel draws in and up. We keep our heart lifted. We don't do this. We lift it up, hold the shoulders down, and slide your shoulder blades together. And then, here's the magical part, and I love this part, and I think you're gonna love it too. We're going to take out the try. So we're gonna let our spine align itself, right? We've put it in that position. Now we're gonna let it hold us. So I'm gonna take out the try. I'm not gonna try and hold myself up. I'm not gonna push down. I'm gonna relax. And as my spine takes the weight, my skeleton takes the weight, which is what it's meant to do, I'm gonna take a nice sweet breath in and I'm going to enjoy it. And it's gonna feel good, and I'm gonna aerate my lungs, so I'm gonna have really good lung health. So that is one thing that you can do to help with mucus clearance, just to have good posture. And let me tell you guys, when I started this, I was in my 20s when I started doing yoga, and I started paying attention to my posture and that kind of thing. When I started doing this, I did not do this all the time. And you'll notice even now, I still round a little bit sometimes. But with practice and with being mindful about it, you come back to this more and more often, and then you're just breathing really, really well. So it's a little bit of effort to get aware and get started and have it start to work for you. But if you can put that little bit of effort in, you're just gonna cruise right after that. It's gonna feel so good for you. So I want you guys, give it a try. Put your comments, put your questions below. I check this, I will respond. I will send you an email if I have to make sure that you've got the support, because I know for people with respiratory conditions, long-term support is not really a thing that exists worldwide, and I am hoping to change that. So I am sending you guys so much love. Try it on for size, adjust what you need to, make sure it feels good, and take some of those deep breaths right down to the diaphragm. It's gonna feel so good. Your cough is gonna get so strong. Naturally, this is the one way I know of doing it, that it just, here, all of a sudden you've got a really good cough, because your body knows exactly what to do. And that's a really exciting thing. Your body's very, very smart. So let's work with it. I'm sending you guys so much love. Enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.